Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Power Vacuum. I'm your host, Belmont, and I'm coming at you today with a victory for Gina Carano in the next step in her case against her lawsuit against Disney. She has won 2 victories over them so far, and it seems that this is going to be going to court. Got this report from Deadline right here. Let's get into it. Disney loses latest attempt to stall trial over Gina Carano's Mandalorian firing sex discrimination case before jury next year. There she is as Cara Dune. Unless there is a shift in the legal force or a big buck settlement, the Disney and Gina Carano case? You missing a word there? Whatever. Will go head-to-head at a trial next year over the former mixed martial artist 2021 firing from The Mandalorian. 2021? Damn. Did not feel that long ago. The trial will start September 29, 2025, to be specific. Jeez. That's a year away. They said next year. I was thinking like February, March, September 29th. All right, well, a lot of time for Disney to try to weasel out of this yet. After having beaten the Mouse House, it's House of Mouse, whatever. And this article, man, and it's Daniel Petrichelli-led legal team's move earlier this year to get her Elon Musk-backed sex discrimination and wrongful dismissal suit tossed. Carano this week scored another winner. Another win? Was this written by AI? Like what? Dominic Patton. Huh. Copy editors guy. With a federal judge denying Disney's desire for a stay of proceedings and interlocutory appeal. Interlocutory. God, it's been so long since law. I don't even remember what that means. Having considered the parties' submissions, the relevant law, and the record in this case, the court denies the motion, U.S. District Judge Sherilyn P. Scarnett wrote earlier this week. In refusing to give the green light to Disney's hopes of taking the matter to another court and overturning her July 24th decision, rejecting their motion for dismissal, the ruling has set the clock ticking for the trial. So they were trying to get it taken to another court. That makes sense. That's what like major companies and like people with lots of money do, is they try to get cases tried in a court where they've either paid off the judge or they know the judge will favor them over the defending party, just because that's the corrupt, one of the corrupt aspects of our legal system right now. In fact, with her previous ruling being challenged by the very nature of Disney's latest motion and desire for an appeal, Garnett made sure to knock down any notion Disney and its outside counsel may or may not have had of getting the upper hand. Defendants do not, however, explain how a Ninth Circuit opinion affirming the court's order will alleviate the burden of responding to the discovery plaintiff has propounded to date. Nor is it apparent to the court how such a decision could provide such relief, Garnett writes in the 10-page order. In any event, arguments regarding discovery, which the court notes were not at issue in the order, do not appear to have any bearing of the termination of the litigation and do not persuade the court that certification is appropriate here. Certification. I don't know why I said certification. In other words, don't waste my time. We're all adults here. I'd be great. That's some Judge Judy shit right there. That's what Judge Judy would say. In fact, the jury may have tipped her hand to her take on all this last month when she decided there would be no need for oral arguments on either the appeal certification or by the stay by the lawyers. On September 19th, the case docket said no appearance necessary. That's huge. For those of you that don't know, when they usually request an appeal, when it's denied, oral arguments have to be given. Well, okay, assuming law hasn't changed in the 20 years since I've studied it, which you very well could have. But you have to give an oral argument to basically prove that an appeal is or isn't necessary. And when the judge says, yeah, no appearance necessary, it means that they believe this to be a clear-cut case, which usually isn't good for the plaintiff. Where was I? With this new order from Garnett allowing discovery to move forward, it means Carano and her lawyers will be getting a look soonish at what went on internally at Disney 3 years ago in the lead up to the firing of the on-the-rise actress who played Rebel Shock Trooper Cara Dune on The Mandalorian, over views she expressed on social media and otherwise. Whether it'll lead to the injunction that will get Carano God damn you, South Park, that will get her job back is a whole other matter. Still, also seeking a variety of unspecified damages, Carano was taking the win today. Seriously, like, deadline. Like, are you letting your journalist AI write? Is this a real journalist? I'm going to have to research this guy to find out if he's like a robot. Or do you not have copy editors? Can you not afford them? Was this like a Adderall-induced article written in like 15 minutes? Actually, that's probably the case. I'm rambling. I am obviously very pleased with the opportunity to keep moving forward with the judicial process and into discovery. She, Carano, wrote Tuesday on social media of the October 15 order. While I wish this was not necessary, and as it is not my desire to be in the middle in this battle in court, I will not shrink away from this because it is either hard or uncomfortable. Disney had no comment of this latest turn in the Carano case when contacted by Disney. What? When contacted by Deadline? This is what I'm talking about. Like, this article is so fucking screwy. In its April 9th dismissal motion against Carano's suit over being fired from The Mandalorian, Disney insisted, as it had before, that the ex-martial arts fighter lost her high-profile Star Wars series gig 3 years ago because of her decision to publicly trivialize the Holocaust by comparing criticism of political conservatives to the annihilation of millions of Jewish people, notably not thousands, was the final straw for Disney. I'm going to have something to say on this in a second. After portraying fan fave bounty hunter Cara Dune for 2 seasons, this all came to a breaking point when Carano shared a TikTok post in 2021 that looked to compare a current divided political climate to America to Nazi Germany. Responding in May, Carano's Sheer Jaff lawyers said, am I saying that right? Sheer Jaff lawyer? I don't know. Said after admitting that they discriminated against Carano for her personal political beliefs and subjected her to disparate treatment from her similarly situated male co-star, I don't think anybody else, it was just Pascal. The Walt Disney Company, Lucasfilm Ltd, and Huckleberry Industries, collectively the defendants, really? Huckleberry Industries, is that what they're called? Assert that the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution gives them absolute immunity. Defendants are incorrect. Clearly, to some small degree at least, the judge in this case agrees. And why would I sign up for your poorly written articles, Deadline? You just broke the story, so it's what I'm coming here for. But let's get back to this statement right here. To publicly trivialize the Holocaust by comparing criticism. So here's her actual tweet for those of you that have never seen it. Jews were beaten in the streets not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Sad face. Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jewish. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? And she posted this because there was just hate article after hate article after hate article basically convincing people in America that if your neighbors and your family even aren't part of your political alignment, then they're the enemy. And there were actual journalists saying this kind of rhetoric on camera, in articles. It was abhorrent and disgusting, and therefore to be abhorred. Like, I don't get what happened to journalists, but Disney fired her because they said, oh, it was millions of Jews, not thousands. First of all, thousands slots into the millions category, right? Because millions is 1,000,000. So thousands is still appropriate while it may seem like a small number. This wasn't her post. It was like a quote, right? But this isn't trivializing the Holocaust. She's just saying, it starts with a small step. It's how most bad things happen. First, gradually, then suddenly, right? And part of her lawsuit is, well, why was I fired for this when Pedro Pascal wasn't fired for this? He posted this on, 6/20/2018. America in 2018, Germany 1944. This is America. A little hashtag, right? Pedro Pascal, he, him, as if people didn't know. But this is a direct comparison. This is comparing the quote-unquote kids in cages to Nazi Jews, right? The concentration camps. That's a direct comparison. At least Gina Carano's thing had the caveat of language to explain what was going on. This is just a direct comparison. And what's even worse about this comparison is that this photo, if you look it up, this isn't a photo from 2018 or in America. This photo is actually from 2010 of children in Palestine waiting at a food bank for food. That's why they all have buckets, right? They're collecting food for their family and they're going to go take it home. So Pedro Pascal's not even making the correct comparison, right? This is what really got me. When I found that out, I was like, nah, this can't be true. I looked it up. Yep, this photo is from the Gaza Strip, from Palestine, has literally nothing to do with America and isn't from 2018. Failure on all parts. But he got to keep his job, which is ridiculous because he's basically a glorified voice actor, because there are numerous times that I've read about where Pedro Pascal wasn't on set. Just the stunt double that does the stunts for the show was the only person on set. People like to go, oh, look at this set photo. Pedro Pascal keeping his helmet on even in the set photo, keeping it true. The reason he kept his helmet on is because it wasn't Pedro. It was the stunt double. And they didn't want to reveal that because Pedro's hardly ever in the show. He's the voice. He spends 10% of the actual show on screen. The vast majority of the time, you're not looking at him. You're looking at somebody else. But he got to keep his job, even though he made a horrible direct comparison and a false assertion one. But, hey, the judges are looking at the evidence going, yeah, Disney, this is straight up sexism. Straight up. Clear cut. Especially that one thing when they're like, no, was it no address necessary? Or no appearance necessary. Yeah, that says that the judge says they are reading the writing on the wall. It is evident what's going on here, and you're not going to weasel your way out of this. Disney just can't seem to win in the court lately. And frankly, I'm kind of happy about it because they have turned into a crap company that just pumps out garbage, which I guess you would expect from a crap company. But yeah, another win for Gina Carano in the courts. Another loss for Disney. I'm kind of happy for her. I'm kind of bummed that this case isn't going to take place until 2025, September 29th, which is so far away. But hey, it is what it is. We'll just have to wait to see what happens. We're going to wait to see if Disney's going to try any more shenanigans in this case. But I think they don't have much left other than to settle and give her job back, because that's part of her lawsuit, is that she wants her job back because they basically nuked her career, which is ridiculous because she was a rising star. And now you know, I don't know, what has she been in lately? She did that one thing for that one small movie, and I don't remember anything else that she's done because they nuked her career. But that's all I have for this video. Belmont's out.